Like, that's the thing that trips me out when I see a lot of these older dudes talking about the content of these dudes' music. Like, oh, yo, these dudes rap about drugs and, you know, using drugs. And I'm like, yo, we rapped about selling them. The dealer ain't no better than the user. Cause you the guy that's providing the bullshit. Hustling and being a fiend is really kind of one and the same. It's two sides of the same coin. So like you can't get mad at the person for doing poison when you selling it. 3 6 Mafia is the greatest example, and 3 6 Mafia are legends. But when it came to violence, they was in the clubs with, I bet you won't hit a motherfucker, hit a motherfucker. You know how many people I saw got laid out to that record? Like, that was the song that DJs would play when they was ready for the party to end. You know what I'm saying? Sipping on some scissor. They been on that promethazine and codeine and that doing that lean and all that kind of shit. I can't really knock the new generation when 9 times out of 10 they're just following a blueprint that we laid. You know, I think that the only thing we want from the game is balance. I think this is the most balanced hip hop has ever been.
Now, when it comes to content, you know, what's the main reason for killing hip hop? Oh, it's the content. You know, everyone's talking about doing lean and drugs and all this stuff. And so y'all were doing that too in the 90s. The 90s gave birth to that. NWA gave birth to gangster rap. You know, Biggie wasn't no saint. You're forgetting that Biggie, before he even, his rap career even took off, Biggie was a hustler. He was a drug dealer. 50 Cent. I mean, I can go on and on and on. You already know the people. You know, you try to argue that. You know, 21 Savage puts that on his blog to try to argue that point. You know, but Pete Rock and Matt Skills used their point to try to argue. And this is where I got annoyed, because they used this excuse to try to justify why that's different from actually doing drugs. And this excuse was, well, we actually sold drugs back then. Yeah, and guess what? Has anyone ever told you that, I don't know, that's still a bad thing? I mean, there was a reason there was pro-black music, and y'all was sleeping on that, you know. Meanwhile, y'all ignoring a new artist. Y'all ignoring a new artist named Russ. People are calling him lame and his music's not that good. But this guy has totally been against drug use. He's always spoken up against that. And he's one of the newer generation. This dude is my age. But y'all completely sleep on him to worry about a bunch of rappers that are doing this. There are plenty of rappers that are straight edge. Hobson's a few. You know, Tyler the Creator's another one. So, not all of the new generational rappers, you know, are drug addicts. It's just you guys are focused on it just because the media pushes it. You can ignore the media, and I'm going to get into that later. But at the same time, what is the difference? Well, you know, and people like to say, well, we sold drugs to provide our family while y'all use it. That doesn't make it good. Because if you're not destroying yourself by taking drugs, you're capitalizing on someone destroying yourselves by making money. And I think T.I. said this on a Tyler show back in like 2007, 2008. You need that drug fiend just as much as that drug fiend needs you. Because you make money from this person. And then what happens when this fiend gets broke? He gonna try to rob you or do something to get his fix. better yet, what happens if the guy finally succumbs to his addiction and is no longer, with you, no longer with us in this world? Where are you going to get paid now? Exactly. Yes, the government put you in a place where, you had no choice but to make money. And, you have the right to make that money. I will never tell anyone not to make money. But don't get mad at the consumer when you're the one that's making money off of them, and then like, how dare you give me money to do drugs? That's illogical. That doesn't make sense at all. I'm sorry, but that's not a good excuse. And Charlemagne is 100% right when he said that, it makes no sense. Y'all are talking about negative stereotypes in the music, and y'all try to differentiate it by saying, well, we were just trying to provide for ourselves. That's a terrible excuse. And I don't agree with that. Do I agree with the lyrics themselves? No, but I still listen to it. Because if it's entertaining, it's entertaining. Some of it got shelf life. Some of it has shelf life, and some of it, artists will change and do other things. Talk about other things eventually. Just depends. I know it's not going to last forever. But it is what it is. Rest in peace, Little Peep.